Winner of the 2014 Heisman Memorial Trophy is Marcus Mariota of the University of Oregon.
Every December, there's that one moment in college football when the lights flash, the crowd roars, and a smiling kid hoists that bronze statue like he's just been crowned king of the sport. The Heisman Trophy, the ultimate sign you're the guy. The best player in all of college football, the chosen one. But you know what they don't tell you? Sometimes that shiny statue comes with a curse. I've watched Heisman winners walk into the NFL like rock stars and walk out like background extras. Some careers crash, some burn, and some just fade away quietly like a bad Wi-Fi signal. So, let's talk about the Heisman heroes who turned into NFL cautionary tales. Ware. Ware at Houston in 1989 was ridiculous. The guy was launching bombs every weekend. Nearly 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns. He turned the Cougars' offense into a cheat code. Only problem, the whole country couldn't watch him do it because Houston was banned from TV that year for NCAA violations. So, half the nation just read about him lighting up scoreboards. Then, Detroit drafted him 7th overall in 1990. 7th! And yes, that's before Emmitt Smith. The Lions looked at Barry Sanders, looked at Ware, and thought, yeah, we need another quarterback. Ware's NFL career lasted 4 seasons. He threw just 161 passes. That's fewer passes than Patrick Mahomes throws in a warm-up. He started 6 games. 6. Injuries, bad timing, worse coaching, the whole thing just flopped. By 1995, even the brand new Jacksonville Jaguars cut him during preseason. That's like being turned away from an open buffet. Ware went north to the CFL for a bit, tried to make it work, then hung it up. Now he calls college games on TV, which is kind of poetic. Heisman to headset, not the journey he dreamed of, but at least he's still in the game. Rashaan Salaam. Some stories hurt to tell. Rashaan Salaam's is one of them. In 1994, the Colorado running back was untouchable. Over 2,000 yards, smooth as silk, unstoppable in open space. He won the Heisman easily, then got drafted in the first round by the Chicago Bears. Rookie year? More than 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. He looked like the next big thing. Then his body broke down. Injuries kept piling up. The pain never stopped. He turned to marijuana to deal with it, and soon that became its own problem. He checked into rehab, got clean, but the league had already moved on. Oakland gave him a chance in 1999, then released him after more injuries. The rest of his life, he carried the weight of what could have been. The Heisman that once defined him turned into a reminder of a dream that slipped away. In 2016, at just 42, he took his own life. It's one of those stories that sticks with you, the kind that reminds you how cruel the game can be. Wuerffel. Danny Wuerffel was the ultimate Florida Gator. In 1996, under coach Steve Spurrier, he ran that offense like a symphony. Heisman Trophy, national title, the works. The guy was a walking college legend. Then he went to the New Orleans Saints, and suddenly, it was like someone swapped his playbook for a crossword puzzle. He threw more interceptions than touchdowns, went 0-2 as a starter, and never found his rhythm. He bounced around for a few years, Green Bay, Chicago, Washington, but never stuck. Even when Spurrier reunited with him in Washington in 2002, hoping lightning would strike twice, it didn't. 4 starts, 4 losses, double the picks to touchdowns. After that, he left football behind and started doing humanitarian work, building homes and helping communities. Turns out, he made a bigger impact off the field than he ever did in the NFL. But still, for a guy who once owned college football, his pro career was like a blink. Eric Crouch. Eric Crouch at Nebraska was like watching backyard football at warp speed. He ran, passed, juked, scored. The 2001 Heisman was a lock. Everyone knew it. The Rams drafted him in 2002. But there was a catch. They didn't want him as a quarterback. They wanted him to play wide receiver, a position he hadn't played since ever. He tried. He really did. Then said nope. Retired before his first regular season snap. He later gave NFL Europe and the CFL a shot, but it never clicked. The guy was an incredible college quarterback, but the NFL didn't know what to do with him. It's crazy how a player can dominate one level and vanish at the next just because someone decided to change their role. Crouch didn't fail at football. Football failed him. Troy Smith. Troy Smith was smooth at Ohio State. 2006, Heisman winner, leader, winner, big arm, calm under pressure. When the Ravens grabbed him in the 5th round, it felt like they'd found a hidden gem. Except they hadn't. He barely saw the field. 8 starts in 4 seasons, 8 touchdowns total. Every time he got a shot, it fizzled. Baltimore moved on. The 49ers gave him a few games, and he actually showed some fight, but it didn't last. Smith's Heisman magic just didn't translate. It's wild how a guy can go from controlling games in college to struggling to even get a snap in the pros. Sometimes, the jump from Saturday to Sunday is just too high. Tim Tebow. Let's be honest, no Heisman winner was more hyped than Tim Tebow. Florida loved him. The whole country knew him. 2 national titles, 1 Heisman, countless comeback wins, a meme factory before memes even existed. When Denver drafted him in 2010, fans went nuts. For a short time, Tebow mania took over the NFL. He didn't throw well, his mechanics looked like he was shot-putting the ball, but somehow, he kept winning. He even pulled off a playoff win against the Steelers. Then, the magic ran out. Defenses figured him out, and suddenly the Broncos wanted someone who could actually, pass. He bounced to the Jets, then the Patriots, then disappeared. He tried baseball for a few years, then came back in 2021 as a tight end for Jacksonville. He lasted 1 preseason game, that's it. But you know what? For a brief window, Tebow had the whole world watching. That's something most players never get, even if his NFL stats look like a typo. Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford won the Heisman at Oklahoma in 2008 and became the first overall pick for the Rams. He had the arm, the accuracy, the calm. He looked built for the NFL. And then came the injuries. Shoulder, knee, another knee. Bradford's career became a medical report. When healthy, he looked great. Smart reads, sharp throws, but those moments were rare. Still, he somehow made $130 million over his career. That's generational wealth for a guy who never made a Pro Bowl or led a team to the playoffs. He was basically the world's richest, almost. Bradford's story isn't about failure. It's about frustration. The talent was there. The body just didn't cooperate. Robert Griffin III. Robert Griffin III, or RG3, was a rocket at Baylor. That 2011 Heisman was pure electricity. He ran like a track star and threw like a sniper. Washington traded half their future to draft him 2nd overall. His rookie year, unreal. Offensive Rookie of the Year, playoffs, highlight after highlight. He looked like the NFL's future. Then, one bad hit tore his knee apart. He rushed back too early, got hurt again, and the spark was gone. He tried to adjust, but he was never the same. He bounced around as a backup, a mentor, even a media personality. But that rookie version of RG3, the one who set stadiums on fire, never came back. One injury, and the whole thing unraveled. Johnny Manziel. Johnny Football, the walking headline. Heisman winner as a freshman, swagger through the roof, highlight reels for days. At Texas A&M, he was untouchable. Then, Cleveland drafted him in 2014. Big mistake. Manziel didn't take football seriously. He took fame seriously. He partied like it was his job. He barely studied film. His improvisation turned into running for his life. 2 seasons, 14 games, chaos everywhere. Then came arrests, substance abuse, domestic violence allegations. It was a full collapse. Cleveland released him in 2016. He later admitted to bipolar disorder and tried to rebuild his life. Played in the CFL, then in a fan-run league. But his NFL story was over. Manziel wasn't just a bust, he was a burnout. The NFL spotlight burned too hot, and he melted under it. Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota's 2014 Heisman run at Oregon was pure poetry. Smart, mobile, accurate. He was the prototype for the modern QB. Tennessee picked him 2nd overall, and for a while, it looked like they nailed it. He was calm, composed, clutch, until he wasn't. Injuries started stacking up. His confidence dipped. Some games he looked unstoppable. Others, you forgot he was playing. By 2019, the Titans replaced him with Ryan Tannehill, and that was that. Mariota went from future franchise star to backup for the Raiders, Falcons, and Eagles. He's still hanging around, but the hype is long gone. He didn't flop like some others, he just faded. Slowly, quietly. Every year, when I see another college superstar lift that Heisman, I can't help but think, is he the next legend or the next name on this list? Because in the NFL, trophies don't protect you, they just make the fall louder. If you liked this deep dive into football's biggest what-ifs, and hit that like button, it helps more than you think. Drop a comment and tell me which Heisman winner you think had the toughest fall or who you still believe deserved a second shot. And if you love stories where hype meets hard reality, make sure to subscribe. We've got plenty more football legends, flops, and forgotten tales coming your way. Thanks for watching. And remember, the Heisman might make you famous, but the NFL decides your legacy.